Yeah, thank you. Nora Herzog, Chief Medical Officer at ConnCons. We are here raising $8 million in a Series Pre-A end of 2025, and we're looking for new co-investors. So I would like to show you today what a unique market opportunity lies in bringing connectivity into medical consumables. So let's start with the need of our application. The number of cancer patients are rising and we are facing staff shortages. I guess we all know that. Meanwhile, the deep understanding of cancer treatment has led to pretty complex therapy protocols. And this overall situation has led to 1 million adverse events per year related to infusion pumps. If we look into the next years, the ratio of nurse per patient will decrease dramatically. And on top of that, which is actually a good thing, because cancer therapy is advanced, we're talking about chronification of cancer, where patients undergo years of treatments to eventually die on their heart disease, we just heard. So we really think we need to get the structures in place to be able to treat patients according to knowledge. Knowledge is exploding, but the bottleneck is the availability of the application of that therapy. And we believe automation of repetitive manual tasks in infusion therapy must be part of the solution, and our solution is this small. So connectivity is the basis to be able to automate a process, and we have a lot of connections, yet today we have no connectivity. And this is where our solution comes in, and also our core patent. We integrate a data line into the medical tubing, delivering power and data into every component of the system, connected consumables. So how does this transform the way we can deliver oncological infusion therapy? Like in the logistics, we utilize an RFID tag embedded into the medical container that has the medication ID machine readable embedded. In the moment you contact that medication bag to our pump, a data line is created, and the pump can read the medication ID. Unlike today's solutions, our pump moderates the operator how to do the exact setup in a correct way. And if there's a second Mrs. Herzog there today and her medication bag is mistakenly attached, the pump will set an alarm. If the setup is correctly, the nurse can start the infusion, and the pump will take over the fluid control. So the pump is flushing, adjusting the flow rate for the first medication, flushing again, adjusting the flow rate for the second medication. Of course, the nurse is still present. We are simply discoupling the necessity, the clinical necessity of direct nurse interaction from the simple management of the infrastructure. And all of these exact data points, when which valve was opened, which medication has been given at what dose rate, are documented automatically. So what does this do to our infusion setup? Our therapy plan is connected to the medication pump, and every consumable is a data line and a power delivery line. So this way we get from isolated components to a vertically integrated system. And this is what distinguishes us from our competitors. There are smart pumps, and there are also smart medical containers and smart ports, but they actually do lack connectivity. And with this connectivity into every component of the therapy situation itself, we can generate new clinical real-time data that we can provide for real-time pharmacovigilance and also data companies. So to get a little bit more specific, let's look into one of the most commonly used therapy protocols, FOLFOX. This is a protocol where in the today's setup, the nurse has to set up medications 4 times because you have to give those medications sequentially. In our setup, the setup is done at the beginning only 1 time. So we published these data, or I published these data last year at the ASCO Breakthrough, and what we see is a median waiting time of 74 minutes per therapy session for the patient due to those interruptions in changing to the next medication. And we can reduce the staff effort by over 60%. And also, as you can see, due to the shorter administration time, we can treat more patients in the same time with less effort and burden on the staff. So this way, we create customer traction. We align the cost efficiency for the operators with the quality of life for patients and inherent safety. And the good thing is, there is no new reimbursement process. We simply bring back value into today plastic medical consumables. So let's look at the big market opportunity. Calculated with today's cost for the consumables for one therapy session and 50 million therapy sessions a year in the US only, we are looking at a 1 billion revenue at a market share of 10%. But our patented data over medical fluid, Ethernet of medical tubing, we call it, is a scalable technology. The total addressable market of connected consumables is over $250 billion US. We can provide data and power for sensors. We can check compliance of your consumables to the medical device, like in dialysis, and we can deliver safe home oncology or home treatment. So where do we stand as a company? Actually, we started 10 months ago being seed funded, and in just 5 weeks, we have our stage 1 ISO 13485 to be able to get our first product certified next year and our software as a medical device, and get the oncology planning software, which is in the end translated into the fluid control on the market in the US next year already. So with our core technology, the connected consumables, we are already scaling in a multi-step injection molding process to integrate those electronics in a scalable manufacturing way into the consumables. Also, we have conducted over 30 interviews with clinical partners in the US and EU to get a deep understanding of the processes we want to introduce automation to, all brought together into our seed demonstrator. We are planning a stepwise market introduction with the certification of the connected consumables in Series Pre-A beginning 2026, and afterwards adding the connected port with the patient ID and sensors to really get that end-to-end connectivity for our oncology solution. We have a very experienced and very interdisciplinary management team, and we are advised by a very excellent board bringing together the medical need and the scalable technology solutions to get full speed on our path to market. So with that, I thank you. We are raising $8 million, as I said, end of 2025. We are happy to get engaged and to show you our full demonstrator in the beginning of 2025. And we are hoping to scale our sales pipeline for the software and to get our connected consumables certified. Thank you.